Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? I've had a YouTube channel for 14 years as a hobbyist, really. And very recently I decided to take the channel seriously or change directions, looking at it as more of a source of additional revenue. And so I've done this for a month, and I want to tell you my observations and results. And especially from somebody that's been here for a long time and watched YouTube for a long time and participated in it a long time. So I think my observations, have some weight to them. Maybe. So we'll find out. So first thing I decided is I had some requirements. If I was going to do this and pursue it more as a business or whatever you want to call it, something that actually generate revenue, I had to be authentic. I had to be able to still be myself. I couldn't turn into somebody else. I would not make a salesperson. That's just not me. I couldn't do things that were against my values. I couldn't exploit people. And I couldn't talk about things that I just didn't care about. So these are things that were really important to me. And I also just didn't want to, just talk about one thing because I have a lot of interest and a lot of experiences. So that was kind of a requirement, but a little bit less of a requirement. So you go on YouTube and there's all kinds of advice on how to do this, how to grow a YouTube channel. And a lot of it is conflicting. And a lot of the people I can't stand to listen to because they're so, they're salespeople and it's very high pitched and high tempered and whatnot. Fortunately, they tell me there's this authenticity revolution in YouTube in 2025. And I even saw more than one video that said how to be authentic. I thought to myself, if we need to learn how to be authentic, we're in trouble, man. Maybe you should just put the camera down and do something else. A lot of advice about, you should niche down. Have just one thing you talk about really specifically so the YouTube algorithm can find your audience. And other people saying, you are the niche and you're older. And so, you know what I mean? There's just a lot of advice out there and it conflicts. One of the funniest things I've seen, some of these people seem to be very nice people, and I enjoy some of their content, but their YouTube channels teaching you how to have a successful YouTube channel from the perspective of somebody that's never ever had a YouTube channel. There's one woman, I think she's been a YouTuber for 9 months and has all these subscribers and has followed somebody else's course. But her entire thing, including coaching people, is on how to be successful at YouTube, which is one of those things that maybe it works, but it leaves me scratching my head a little bit, so that's one of those things. When I entered recovery, I didn't go to the people that had been there for a few months and say, well, how do you do this? I went to the people who have been there for years. So just saying. But just it makes me laugh. And of course I've gotten all this advice. You need to have a good title and a good thumbnail so people will click on it. And I tell you what, ChatGPT is now a tax write-off. It's entertaining. I put in a title idea or something and said, make some titles about this or rephrase this and make it more dramatic. And some of these things that pop out are hilarious. I can't use that, but it would get somebody to click. And then the thumbnail design thing. Well, right now I'm just doing it on my iPhone and using, I think it's Adobe Express. And some of my thumbnails are a little cheesy and whatnot. But yeah, we'll have to figure that out. And of course, editing, I don't really have. I've got it's really cheap electronic stuff. I've spent all my money on bass guitars and RPGs. So I need to really, at some point, I need to get a better iPad and a laptop again for real. For other reasons. But I figure, well, that's a good excuse. Well, tax write-off. If I do that. So we'll see. Don't worry, Susan. I'm not going to spend a lot of money right now. Just saying. And you need to have a hook. First 30 seconds, first 5 seconds. Hey, get somebody right in there. And so, how do I do a hook authentically? Which I've been kind of because I can be long-winded. And I can go all over the place. I realize that. So it's actually from a presentation standpoint, from a public speaking standpoint. Yeah, I've done a lot of trainings, but a lot of trainings are kind of based on my personality and my experience. I could do better with that. And so I think it's actually not a bad thing to grow as a person to learn those sort of things. So I've taken that stuff to heart. And, of course, some of the best advice that's out there by a lot of people, including from the fella from vidIQ with the funny glasses. I have no clue what his name is. Very often he'll let you know, listen, it's okay to make bad videos and bad crap. Just keep at it. And you need to be very persistent. And that's one of the things I've heard over and over again is it's a long haul. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Be persistent. A lot of times you're not getting a lot of views and all that kind of stuff. And I get great comments about my head all the time, which is entertaining. And so I'm kind of collecting them, sharing them with my friends. And they go, they also talk a lot about retention. You've got to retain your audience, and and you should make your videos longer, because then you can get mid-roll ads after 8 minutes, something longer. My God, I talked too much already. This video is already 5 minutes long. I always thought to myself, man, I need to get to the point and and say things more concisely. And I've uploaded a bunch of shorts, and that's been kind of fun. And some of these things are videos off of my phone that I've had for years of some funny crap. And I don't care, put them up there. And Susan and I are hilarious. We should have a channel by ourselves, just talking about being hilarious. Although Susan's fantastic and has such a great, my partner Susan has such a great insight on so many things. She's so smart. I've had her on for one chat on the channel. I should do that more. And I noticed too, there's things I've never liked as a YouTube watcher. I don't like B-rolls, which is when all of a sudden the scene changes and I say something like, and this is depressing, and then it should see me or somebody else going, or something completely different, or somebody fanning themselves with money, or those things drive me crazy. I hate those. Apparently you're supposed to have those. I don't know if I'll ever do those. I should do some more editing, at least just to get rid of the ums and the knows, and many times I have a take and I have to stop it, and I should do another outtake reel. I did one years ago, and it was hilarious. Not necessarily safe for work, because there might be an F-bomb or two. But it is pretty funny. I should put another one up there. It'll entertain me if nobody else. Clipping out all those kind of things. And I have to figure out what I can use for editing, I don't like music on a lot of YouTube videos. Little mood music drives me crazy. A lot of them have it in the background. And it's like, now we're going to get to the emotional part. I'm like, oh, for God's sakes, really? Doesn't seem authentic to me. And there's a lot of emphasis on telling a good story. And I have to tell you, very often there's a technique they use in videos to keep you watching and promise you something, and then we're going to tell you a little later, and they tell a story about it. And because YouTube wants you on longer, you're going to make more money if you're watching YouTube longer, and they can give you more ads and all that kind of stuff, which I understand. And I don't mind telling a good story if it's a real story. But sometimes the very artificial storytelling, or they're just refusing to get to the point and tell you what you want to know because they're trying to make the video go on longer. I'm going to go at over 8 minutes here, it looks like. So yeah, you're going to get those other ads. Hooray! But that's not what wasn't my point, or my intention, I should say. If it's authentic sounding, if it's a real story, but when those things are just stringing you along forever and ever, that makes me just turn the video off. So that's one of those things I'm wrestling with, or wondering, well, how do I reconcile that and be authentic? And and so I may do things a little less conventionally. I'm probably not going to niche down anytime soon. I'm talking about a whole bunch of crap, which, is maybe annoys some of the audience, although I put a poll up, and so far nobody seems to be annoyed. Some of them just say, I just watch the videos I like and don't care. Or, you're the best thing in the world. You're my hero. Nobody said, stop, so far. Maybe you will. And maybe when I'm like, have 5 million subscribers, I'll split the channel into several different channels, and, because they'll all jump over to my bass guitar channel or RPG channel. But not today. I don't have that much time. And I like talking about all the things I like talking about. Being authentic. Scripted stuff. The last video I did about my job killing me, or whatever, it was called. I used a script. I don't like doing that, because you can tell it's not as extemporaneous. It's not as genuine. And I'm kind of looking over and reading the next thing. It was a good script. I came with some good stuff, but I'd much rather just use, bullet points or, outlines. See that? Can you read this? Because I can't. My penmanship teacher, I think she killed herself, in grade school, because, it's never gotten any better. So script, blah. I like that. So what have the results been? I should tell you the results after doing this for 28 days. Now, I should tell you before, I had 2,300 subscribers already, although I'm sure a ton of them really weren't watching my content anymore. Because once again, it's 14 years of stuff, right? So let's see, what do we got here? Can I find you any results of doing all this? Should be able to back up and show you these things. And now I have to look. It should be right after the picture of my granddaughter there, or before. Maybe it's the picture before my granddaughter. All right, so let's see. Let's go backwards. Well, so 73% of the people that are watching my stuff are not subscribed. Pretty cool, right? I've got a huge age range of people where normally it was just in kind of 45 to 64. I'm 57. Started doing this over 50. That was in the title somewhere. I actually have some female viewers, 14.6%. It was usually all male because a lot of times I'm talking about role-playing games, and although there's many women that play role-playing games, it's generally a male pursuit. Let's see. Device type, oh, well, we got some people watching on tablets and even some people on TV. Got 28 more subscribers in the month of February, because pretty much what I did was the month of February is when I started doing this. 600% more in the previous 28 days. Not bad. I wasn't getting any subscribers. 18.3 thousand unique viewers. Returning viewers, new viewers, a lot of new viewers. And I think a lot of that was because of the shorts. Some of those, they just blow up crazy. I mean, blow up crazy, I mean like 500. And I learned about shorts, and they have these little plateaus you'll see because the algorithm stops sending it and kind of analyzes. Do more people want to see this? And so it's kind of interesting. Let's see. They showed in the feed, like to random people, 40.9 thousand, almost 41,000 people got showed my stuff. 42% viewed, 58% swiped away. Oh, this is my shorts. I gotcha. And let's see what else. Videos, 42% viewed, 58% swiped away, I think. Something like that. 579 likes. Who cares? 17.3 thousand views all told. Right? Is that it? Something like that. 7.1 thousand views of videos, because I made a bunch of videos, which is like 4.1 thousand more than usual. So not bad, not bad. What did I make? Come on, Ivan, show me the money here. I think the data for the 28th is still out, but I think it's something like 15 or 16. Maybe it's $19. You know. It's not a ton of money, but that's, the point is for that to happen later. So that's been my results so far. And, outside of those things, it's been fun. I like making videos. I started making daily videos, not because that's what I was supposed to do. In fact, I should probably pull it back, maybe like 3 videos a week. We'll see. But one of the things that's happened to me is once you start making videos, the ideas for videos and shorts kind of explode in your head. At least they do for mine. There's all kinds of stuff I could talk about. And you're probably bored of listening to me jabber at this point. But, if you have a YouTube channel and you've decided to redo it, not re-energize it, but just start changing direction or taking it seriously instead of a hobby and all that kind of stuff. Not that I minded the hobby. It's been a blast. I love posting on YouTube because it's all about me. I mean, I'm not much, but I'm all I ever think about. If you're thinking about that, give it a try. And if you're over 50 and you've never had a YouTube channel, it's a lot of fun. Even if nobody watches, just putting this stuff down, documenting your interests, your life, talking about them, to somebody as if they were interested. It's very cool. Very cool exercise on a lot of levels. All right, I'm going to stop bothering you with this long video. Have a good one, kids.